Hi, I'm Joyce Lundrigan of Methodist Hill Quilt Studio. In this video, I'd like to show you how I use CreativeStudio 7 to help set up a 36 by 36 inch whole cloth that I could then use as a blueprint for executing on the Elevate. This is a quick overview of some features I used in CreativeStudio 7. If you are a new CreativeStudio user, there are resource videos at gaml.com, built-in feature videos in CreativeStudio. In the manual, you'll see that there are videos for previews and feature videos. And Joanne Knight has a comprehensive CreativeStudio 7 video that I think users would find very helpful in understanding all that CS can do. I think CreativeStudio is a great design tool that Elevate users can benefit greatly from. These are the patterns that I used in the whole cloth, and I have them added to my project tab in CreativeStudio. I set up a complete layout of the quilt that I can then export the image or print the image so that I can take it as a blueprint and use it as a guide when I'm placing patterns at the Elevate. So let's see how the patterns fit together. These are the 5 patterns that I used in the whole cloth. And in CS, you can click on the little gear and make the pattern size in the preview window bigger. You can click on the arrows in the tab to expand the window. For this quilt, I used this corner pattern, which is the Peacock Pearl Corner 2, and the Peacock Pearl point-to-point border frame. And these 2 patterns are placed first and stitched, and then the wineglass pattern is placed and stitched after. For the block, the full frame is used and stitched first, and then this all squared center block is placed afterwards and stitched. So to set the border and corner patterns up, in CreativeStudio there is a border corner feature. And first you need to select the corner pattern, and then with your Control key held down on your keyboard, select the border frame pattern. Then click on Border Corner feature. Now I'm doing this in standalone, so I want my grid on and my snaps on. I have my grid set at 3 inches, so I'm going to click out this frame for this quilt at 36 inches. Follow the prompts, click upper left outer corner first, so I will click here, and then click the upper right. And for my machine, which is a Vision 22, I can realistically stitch 16 inches max, maybe 17 on a good day. For those of you with the Vision 26, you can probably stitch more than that, and 18 inches would get you side repeats and the top border. So I will click out a boundary that will be about 21 inches, and then I have to click the lower left. This is a 6-inch border, so I'm going to click the inside of that border by clicking the inside, and CS has placed the patterns for me into this frame. The next thing you do is to enter border length, and for this quilt it was 36 inches. And you'll see that based on the size of the boundaries that we clicked, that CS was able to place side repeats. I'm going to change the margin to 0 so that it will calculate it at a true 36 inch when we're done. And then I'm going to say OK to accept. Now we have a 36 by 18 inch frame, and you can see that the pattern will start here, and CS has configured it so that it will stitch in order from left to right. Now I can marquee select by dragging my mouse, select the pattern, right click, and save pattern. Now I can name this Peacock Pearl 36 by 18 border corner. And it saves to the database, so it saves for future use, and it saves to the project. And I'm going to save and close. Now for those with machines at my size, I can stitch 36 by 6, so I'm going to select just the top border, right click, save pattern, and say Peacock Pearls 36 by 6 border corner. And I can add tag words that I might want to search for this again. And then I can say save and close. It's in database and project. Those are the defaults. So now you can see in the project that it has saved them. But if I go to my pattern tab, then these two patterns are saved in my database. I can select both of those by holding the Control key down. I can right click, and I can say sync them to the cloud. So I'm going to sync both of those up to the cloud. And now if I go to my cloud and refresh my cloud, then you can see that I have the corners, both 36 by 18 and the 36 by 6 are in my cloud and can be downloaded to my Elevate. To finish the full layout of this quilt, I'm going to select the border corners that we've placed using border corner feature. And it's 36 by 18, so it's half as high as we need it to be. And there is a mirror feature in CreativeStudio. I'm going to click on that icon and click the 2 points that I want it to mirror across. Now I have the full border layout. And now I can go back to my project and select the wine glass quad point-to-point triangle and select Draw Pattern. This is a point-to-point pattern, and so I'm going to click Draw Pattern, and I'm going to place these triangle patterns inside those half frames. And then when you're done, you can right click to close the drawing and right click again to exit. And now to place the frame patterns, I'm going to use another feature called Repeat Patterns. and I have my frame pattern selected. Click on Repeat Patterns, and the setup box comes up. Now, the first thing you do is click a point with the head or with the mouse on the CAD, and my reference point is upper left, and I know where upper left is for that block. I'm going to click that upper left point. Now you'll see that this came in and it's too large because it was designed at 14 inches. So the next thing I will do is to change that to 12 inches. Now I want 2 of these and 2 rows. So I'm going to lock my repeats and rows and add 2 repeats and 2 rows, and then say OK to save and close. The last thing we need to do is to select the all squared center block, and we'll use repeat patterns also to place those on the CAD. So I have the pattern selected, click on Repeat Patterns. Now I don't know where upper left is for this block, but I do know where center is. So I'm going to change the point type to center and click on the center. Now that's also not the right size because it was designed for a 14-inch block. So I'm going to change that to 11.5. And this will not work with the set repeats and rows because the size is not 12 inches. But I can click on again, place my center here. I can click again, place this center pattern, and then click again and place that pattern and say OK. And we have a full layout that you can print and take with you to your machine.
The last 2 patterns that I combined and synced to the cloud were the wine glass patterns. And so I select the first one, hold the Control key down on my keyboard, select the pattern, right click, save pattern, and I'll call this wine glass top border. I'm going to add it to the Elevate collection this time and save and close. Then go to my pattern tab, select the pattern, right click, sync back up to the cloud. So I've showed you a few different features in CreativeStudio and how quick and easy it is to customize some patterns, sync to the cloud so that they can be downloaded to your Elevate. The execution of these patterns on the Elevate I will probably have to do in PDF form, as I don't have a video camera yet to record what I'm doing on the tablet. But I will give you a hint that I used X and Y coordinates when I was adding points and placing blocks. Just a quick hint. Hope this was helpful to all of you. Thanks again.